So the meditation will be familiar to you because it will be moving through the Sushumna and the chakras that exist there, those cerebrospinal centers, those spiritual centers, if you will. We're going to move and imagine that we're coming from that most subtlest form of Purusha and moving and becoming more and more dense as we move down through the Sushumna. And then from that, we'll come back the way that we are all here to do. Our greatest job, if you will, on this earth is to come back to our spirit. So moving from the Muladhara at the lowest part of the Sushumna and back up into the vastness of consciousness is what we are here to do. So our little meditation is going to just take us through that. So again, take another couple of rounds of breath, just long, deep breaths. As you inhale, just invite in light and nourishment and expansion. And as you exhale, just release, surrender, let go of any holding, letting go of all the muscles that aren't needed to hold you upright. So coming into your comfortable seated place, your asana, and being with this breath, just watching it as though you were witnessing someone else breathing. Be aware of that ethereal essence that is Purusha, pure consciousness, however that appears to you, however that feels to you. Imagine that pure consciousness connecting with Prakriti and coming right into the crown of your head, the Sahasrara, where the 1,000-petaled lotus opens up into that infinity. So in this case, we are allowing all that consciousness to come right into the crown of the head. All the lightness, awareness of all that is. And then bringing that awareness into the spiritual eye, the Ajna chakra between the brows. And allowing that place to illuminate and shine with all that is. And then as this light begins to move down the Sushumna, it connects with the Vishuddhi, which is at the throat center, the neck, the throat chakra. And that ethereal presence becomes air. So it becomes denser. And then as it moves into the heart center, it becomes denser still. And it is breath. And we feel the vayu, the movement of life force energy. So we're moving from a fully sattvic state into a place of movement, and that's where rajas the principle of rajas begins to appear. And this breath continues to flow. The love that is Purusha is in the heart. And it informs every aspect of our being. And then as that light begins to move down, it moves to the solar plexus where fire is created, the element of fire. Connected with the sun, with energy of the sun, with the enthusiasm that we have for life, the ability to move forward, to be connected with our own goals and dreams, to march forward, to accomplish, to achieve. So the awareness begins to come a little more into the outer world, at that center, at that Manipura chakra. And then moving down to the second chakra, to the water element. Water element where is the center of creativity and procreativity. And our ability to adapt and to flow and to move as needed. Water is denser than fire. And then we move to the densest of the elements, the earth, the Muladhara, where we connect with the earth. The root chakra, the earth chakra, connects to the earth that holds us. And now we are fully manifest as a physical, material, human being, still filled with light and love. But now we're connected to the earth. We're connected to all that is around us. We feel more in our senses. We feel more of what the outer world has to give to us and what it has to take from us. And if we allow ourselves to sink too deeply into the earth, becoming inert, becoming less able to move, less able to love and feel for ourselves and the world, we sink deeper into tamas. So our goal and our charge from the Creator is to return to that spirit from which we came, from which we are still a part, but we have forgotten because Maya, that veil that falls down around us, causes us to forget that we are beings of light, that we are more than this body. So in our sadhana, we practice moving from the earth, the Muladhara, and taking that energy back up through the water center, connecting with all that is precious and beautiful about water, and moving on up into the fire, becoming less dense, becoming more toward the ethereal that we're moving toward. And we feel all that is wonderful about fire and how it informs our lives, how it keeps us moving forward. It keeps us in connection with our senses. It keeps us in our place of accomplishment, in our place of movement. And then we move into the heart center, the breath, becoming subtler still, the life force energy that continues to flow. And letting that move up into the Vishuddha chakra at the throat, where we're starting to feel even more subtle experiences, sound that we can make, communication to the earth, to the world, to ourselves and each other. And moving back into the Ajna chakra. Now we are connecting again with ether. We are feeling the conduit that is our breath begin to be subtler. And we come back into the Sahasrara, the 1,000-petaled lotus, and we open back up into universal love. That is moksha, the place of freedom, the place that we ultimately are moving to return. As you feel that opening into all that is, just allow your whole body to be filled with light, the light that surrounds you, the light that lives within you. And just be with this for a few minutes as we go into silence. Take a moment to consider how you feel sattvic energy in your life, in your body, in your heart and mind. Sattvic energy, that peaceful place, the place of intelligence, of virtue, of love, of joy, kindness, giving without expectation. Especially important in this week that we are entering, this Thanksgiving week, where gratitude becomes something that we're all aware of, but to live a sattvic life, we need to have that attitude at all times. How does it manifest for you? And then take a moment to consider rajas, the principle of movement, of stimulation, of the senses, the emotions, but also of our drive for accomplishment, our witnessing, our being present in the world, doing what needs to be done to fulfill our own purposes in this world. What does rajas look like and feel like to you? Consider the principle of tamas. Tamas is that inert energy. It is the material, the most dense of the principles. It can be dull and inert, protective, can lead to delusion, ignorance, digging in. What does tamas look like in your life and your surroundings and your heart? So come back to the place of sattva. It is not that we're trying to balance all of the gunas so that they're all equal. We are always just allowing them to be what they are, but always coming back to sattva. Balance everything to sattva, and then eventually we move beyond sattva and into that place that is full consciousness, full love, and where we began with Purusha. So as you're ready, just gently allow your eyes to open. If you need to move around, move around.